How's everybody doing out there?
Man, it's rainy, it's cold, it's not your usual summer month, man.
Same here. Same in Germany.
Dude, they can't keep it right. 1 minute it's 90 degrees, and the next day it's 45 and rainy. It's a pain in the balls.
It changes here like every hour, actually. Then the sun is shining and it's raining cats and dogs at the same time, so it's kind of weird. But time of apocalypse, I guess, you know?
I gotta ask you, man, and this is something, I've been to Amsterdam. I went, I don't know, probably 11, 12 years ago, I went to Amsterdam. We all went over for a bachelor party, man. And I heard, like, Germany's kind of, like, eased their thing up, man. Is it true? Is it just getting as bad in Germany, like with the red light districts and stuff like that? So becoming a little more free, a little more open there?
It's kind of open, you know, but it's always certain districts, but they're tolerated and they're good. Well, they're taken care of. The city takes care of that. So I think it's a quite cool situation. They get they even get pension now. So that's quite good.
Wait a minute, hookers get pension?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. if they have a legal contract, you know, if they're just like street hookers, then it's
you gotta work bad. Yeah, you gotta work in a house, right? Like they do in Amsterdam. Like street prostitution is illegal, but you can work. There's houses and hostels and stuff like that to cater. Correct?
Yeah. That's the same here.
Okay, man. The only thing I didn't like about Amsterdam is like, you know, the infamous red light district, but there's also like the blue light district, which if your bird floats the other boat, you know what I mean? So you got to be really careful, and you don't walk into one of the ones with the blue light on it. You don't know what it means. Yeah,
and actually the locals send tourists there. You know, if they're asking for the red light district, they send them to the blue light district. You know, just for kicks.
Yeah, trust me, you're not. If it has a blue light, stay out of it because you're gonna get something you don't want to see. And I guess now they got like purple where you don't know what the hell it is. It's like kind of a cross thing. It's ridiculous.
Okay, I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, now they got the Hishis on display over there. I guess everything's fair game. It's ridiculous.
Oh well, I mean, it's okay. Everybody as he wants to, I guess.
Well, see, I come from a country where alcohol is readily available and drugs isn't. So of course, when you go to Amsterdam, it's the other way around, where it's actually cheaper to get high than it is to drink. Because beer's like super expensive in Amsterdam for some reason.
Oh yeah. They taxed it very high.
Which I don't get. I mean, I can go get a hash brownie, but I can't get a beer for less than $8.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a good thing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm a drinker, man. But so I mean, I spent like $1,500 the first week I was there. Well, actually, it was like the first 3 days I was there. And at the time, I'm calling my ex-wife, and I'm like, I'm going to take more money out of the bank. She goes, what'd you spend it on? And I'm like, beer, if you can believe it. Not hookers and not weed. I spent it on beer because it goes so fast.
That's true. But I mean, I think they taxed it after the health bill and everything, you know, because there's so many deaths by alcohol and no registered deaths by marijuana. So I think they taxed it that way.
But yeah, if you get a chance, go over there because the weed. Well, hell, you're what? You're probably a train ride away. Like what? Less than 6 or 7 hours.
Even less. To Amsterdam it would be about 5 hours, but to go to the Netherlands it takes about 2 hours with a normal drive if you're not speeding. You know.
You lucky bastard, man. You lucky bastard.
Well, the thing is, down here in Germany, you don't really need to go to Amsterdam to buy anything. And actually, they restricted it now. I think last month they restricted it, so only locals can buy weed in the coffee shops.
Oh, wow. Well, see, when I went there, man, I don't know, you know, we heard this because, you know, you get a book and it's like, you know, Amsterdam for dumbasses, you know what I mean? So we're reading through the book, what you can do and can't do. But like if you have like a cocaine addiction or like a heavy drug addiction, you used to be able to hop off the plane and say, I have an addiction, and go to the pharmacy and get a prescription.
Yeah, sort of. It is part of a long-term therapy. Then it always goes with side by side with doctors and clinics and everything. But they do that in Germany as well.
Oh, really? So, oh, yeah. So like as long as you're enrolled in like a rehab kind of quit program, you can still get it.
Yeah. Well, you get a substitute. But it still gets you high, but it doesn't. It's not so hard on the body, you know.
Damn, lucky European bastards. I wish they would man, this country, man, some say it's the greatest country in the world, but man, we are a bunch of tight ass.
You're living in medieval times sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the economy. You want to change the economy, legalize drugs and make prostitution legal, and we could probably sell the debt in like less than a month and a half.
Definitely, but that's the same in Germany. I mean, it's not legal here, and they're actually you can see by the Bill of Laws and everything that they're putting out that they're trying to legalize it sometime, but they just don't know how to incorporate it with driving, you know, and drug driving and everything. So because the only tests they got can reach out to like 6 months. You know, so you smoked the joint 6 months ago, and you're driving a car today, and you get pulled over, and you lose your license because you're driving under the influence. You know.
Well, see, the great thing I loved about Europe when we were over there is the amount of public transportation you guys have. I mean, here, unless you live in a big city, it's almost negligible. You know. But you guys got like trains and stuff going everywhere. You can get just anywhere in the country you want by train.
That's true.
So. It's a little better there. Here you have to rely on a car. Now Germany is known for the Autobahn and being a car capital with Mercedes and BMW. But I mean, you can jump on a bus to a train and get all over Germany. So that's kind of nice.
Definitely, and actually the German train company, the biggest one of them all, just put out a ticket you can buy now for €49. So that's what is that? I think about $55 or something like that.
Yeah,
and
60, yeah.
you can travel a whole day throughout Germany as far as you want, and just hop on every train. You know.
Well, see, I'd be hopping on a train, just getting smashed and going to Vegas like every weekend if that was possible, man. I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, our one train company, Amtrak, is like completely out of fucking, you know, it's bankrupt, and we keep subsidizing it. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. Everybody's got to have a car here, and it's asinine, man. So. Yeah,
well, in Germany they privatized the train companies. I think it was 1990, and they privatized everything, and it took about 10 years or something for other companies to show up, sort of. But by now we've got like different companies with different services and different quality and different prices. So it's kind of weird because you sometimes need like 3 tickets to get to like the city you want, because there are different train services going in between.
Yeah, it's just a much more, you know, relaxed atmosphere over there, man. And I mean, they will fuck with Americans if they know you're an American. I mean, just deal with it. As long as you know where I can get beer and where's the bathroom in the language, you don't look quite like the asshole. So, but we're gonna spin one of your tracks, man. Right now, this is Zombie Girl, man, and we're gonna get back into the tours and stuff like that after in the next break, man. But Undead 13 just did a review of your CD, and they completely loved it, and we've loved it. Are you getting great reviews and great feedback on it?
Yeah, I'm happy about it, actually.
Okay. We talked earlier. We don't know what album sales are. We don't know yet from iTunes, but we're going to get that. And as soon as you know, let us know. But we're going to be talking about some of the tours and stuff you got coming up this summer, man. But right now, we're going to play Zombie Girl from Jamey Rottencorpse and the Rising Dead here on Valley of Death Radio. And welcome back to Valley of Death Radio. I'm your host, 66. With me is Jamey Rottencorpse from Jamey Rottencorpse and the Rising Dead, man. First off, let's get it out there, man. Get all the plugs. Facebook page. You can go get your music on iTunes, Amazon. You can order your CD from your website.
That's right. That's www.jameyrottencorpse.com.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it. It's fucking killer album, man. I mean, I don't even care if you even if you don't like horror punk, but you like traditional punk, go get it. It's that fucking good. It kind of blurs that boundary between the two, and I really dig that.
Yeah. That's actually what I tried to do. So, because that's what I like, you know.
Right. So let's talk about festivals you got coming up this year, man. I mean, I know Germany's really big into punk and horror punk and rock, and a lot more smaller festivals that you guys are playing. Is it going to be a busy summer?
Yeah, we've got some good ones going, some really big ones, and we're playing a small festival in July, which is like a festival which is done by just a few guys, and they're doing it for the second time now. That's the Burning Q Festival. But in 2 weeks we're doing the WGT. That's the Wave Gothic Treffen, because Germany has like a really big Gothic community. You know, like a big Gothic and EBM and music like that. And the Wave Gothic meeting in Leipzig is the biggest Gothic festival of the world, actually.
Wow.
And we're sharing the stage there with the Crimson Ghosts, with the Hell Freaks. The Creep Show will be there. Mad Sin will be playing their 25th anniversary show. And there are like 142 bands or something signed up for 4 days of festival.
Dude, and all those hot goth girls? Holy shit, dude. How do we get there? Penis Penis just told me, he says, we need a fucking plane ticket to Germany, man, really bad.
Yeah, well, they've got an airport there, so just hop in and then
holy shit,
it'll be all right.
Dude, we'd be fucking arrested. I could see it already. We'd make international headlines, although that would be great press for the show.
The cool thing about it is it's not like a standard festival with like the big festival area and a lot of stages. It's the whole city. The whole city becomes like the festival, and every venue has open. And with the normal festival pass, you can enter to any venue you want and just check the bands out. And they've got like a big sideline program with opera and theaters and museums and everything are going along and like doing exhibitions about vampirism and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, dude, this sounds like a badass time, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm excited about it. It's my first time there too, so it's great.
Wow. Yeah, see, we couldn't get away with that shit here, man. I mean, we could, but not to the extreme where it sounds like that's done. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We could have a festival, but it would be in some big field with 3 stages, and it would last a day, and, you know, it would just, I don't know, it would be kind of lame. But having it for 4 days with an entire city taking part in it, that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it is. And Leipzig is a big city, you know? It's a really big city, and it's done so great. You can ride the trains and the buses for free if you've got the festival tickets and stuff like that. You know, it's really good, and all the bands are there that are somehow connected to the Gothic scene. You know.
Let's talk about the festivals, because this one sounds fucking killer. But there's also there's Wacken. There's tons of download festivals, I guess they're called over there now. Download has become like the festival buyer. They've bought them all up. But why is festivals so much better over there? And it seems like American bands want to stream, and that's where they want to spend their summer, because they're just such bigger, major events than they are here.
I don't know the exact reason, but well, first of all, I think the whole population is a little bit opener to like cultural things. You know, just with the example, the whole city is going along and doing the festival, and with Wacken it's the same. You know, Wacken is a really small town with like I think it's 5,000 people who live there, and that 3 days when they're doing the festival, everybody is going along, and you know you've got old ladies sitting on the front porch and selling self-made marmalade or something like that, you know, to the heavy metal fans, you know.
Right.
And it's great, and I think like Americans are a little bit, well, part of the Americans are a little bit more conservative, and well, I think not open-minded enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we are. We're pretty close-minded. It's just, I mean, and the great thing about the Wackens and the download festivals, man, I mean, you know, the ex-Oz Fests, and, you know, some of the tours around here are trying to bring in smaller venue bands and trying to help out the inside bands. But things like Wacken, man, I mean, there's a side stage that almost anybody can play on Wacken. You know what I mean? And they're
if you're fast enough with your submission, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they really embrace any band. I mean, they really. I don't want to say they don't care, but they're a little more open with who can play with these. You know, like you could play the open stage, you know, the same day Metallica does. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
so
It's a great thing that they do that. I mean, and all of these festivals, especially Wacken, was made out of a drunk idea. You know, like there were 3 guys or 5 guys on a field having like a ghetto blaster and listening to Iron Maiden, and they said let's do that every year, and then the next year there were 200 people. The year after that, there was 1,000 people, and so on. You know,
Right.
and now there were. I think last year it was 80,000 people, and it's great. You know,
but see, it seems like even just the culture, like the fans that go to these things, we here would like camp out for a day or two to see a festival, but camping out for 5 days, like Wacken's like what 4 or 5 days, and
yeah.
people show up like a week before Wacken to even
Yeah.
So I just don't think that we could shut our lives down long enough to do something like that. But it seems like you guys are more able to take you're especially fans of music over there, are able to take the time out of their schedule and say, you know what, this 2 week I'm going to block it the fuck out, and this is what I'm going to do.
Well, I think it's in music, in let's say fandom, Germans are quite extreme. So if they listen to a certain kind of music and like feel like they belong to that scene, like the heavy metal scene or whatever, then they'll go to the shows. You know, they try to support local bands, go to every small show that's in the city, try to take like 5 festivals per year, and just spend their whole holiday, you know, from work for the festivals, and their money as well.
Yeah,
it's more like that. So they don't fly away to Spain or whatever to have a holiday. So they're going on to Wacken and then to the Reload Festival or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And man, seriously, this whole festival in this town, I got to learn more about this. We'll talk about that later.
Definitely.
I may have to find out if I can get tickets and talk to the boss and see if we can go. Holy shit, I can't imagine that.
You can try to get some press tickets and get in for free, man.
I'll just say I'm with Jamey Rottencorpse, man. I'm here with the band. But
they're greedy fuckers, so I don't think that'll help.
Whatever, man. I don't even care if I got to pay full price. I could give a shit. That just sounds like a great time, man.
Yeah, it does.
We're all freaks here, man. I mean, we're all tattooed and pierced and stuff like that, so it sounds like a perfect environment for us, man.
Yeah, you'll feel at home. I mean, you got to wear black though, because if you don't, then you stand out.
We could ruggle something up, man. We'll just wear a lot of concert T-shirts, but I mean, that's something that, like, you know, my type of personality would just fall in love with, is having an environment where like the whole town is open to it, and you spend a couple of days and you know you recharge your batteries, you listen to some great music, you drink a lot of great German beer, and you know you toke on a pipe for a while.
But it's definitely hard to get back to reality after that. You know, if you've spent like 5 days at Wacken, you come home and then you gotta go to your day job.
Okay, how boring is that?
Really
I mean,
hard.
seriously, oh Jesus Christ, I couldn't even imagine. Well, you wake up the next day and you go, wow, what do I do now? I just had the time of my life. Shit.
Yeah, and it's like weird things. You know, you drink a glass of Coke, and then your first instinct is to throw the glass away. You know?
Or just smash it on the ground. Fuck.
Yeah, something like that. You know?
All right, man. We're gonna play your next song. This is "The Rise of the Dead," man. Tell us about this song.
Actually, it was one of the first songs that was produced for the whole project and that I wrote, and it's the main title song of the album. Yeah, it's the name is what it all is. It's the Rise of the Dead.
Yeah, man, this is an awesome show, and check it out, man. This is VOD Radio. And welcome back to Valley of Death Radio, the official radio show, horror-punks.com, and Guar Noir Magazine. And my co-host for this evening is Jamey Rottencorpse from Jamey Rottencorpse and the Rising Dead. And you can go get his album, The Rise of the Dead, on iTunes. You can go to his website, JameyRottencorpse.com, or is it therisingdead.com?
JameyRottencorpse.com.
JameyRottencorpse.com. Go grab his CD. It's a killer dude. And the CD is like I said, even if you're not a fan of horror punk, you're gonna love it just because of the punk elements, man. It's a really, and there's some rock elements in there too. It's probably one of the best CDs I've heard in the last 6 months. So
Thanks, man.
you're welcome, man. Um, so we had this interview today, man, and I'm not going to get into the details because we're going to play it on Tuesday, man. We were talking about the record industry today, how it's not really working for people. The traditional functionality of the record label, man. Now, this album, did you have label backing, or did you do this yourself?
We did it all by ourselves.
Okay.
It's like a total DIY thing from start to end.
Now, does that excite you because one, a cost thing, and creative control? Does that make it a little easier with creative control? You don't have to answer to somebody.
Definitely. I mean, we did it all like how we wanted it, you know, and we didn't even think that we would get label support in the end, and then just like 2 days after the release, Dr. Cyclops Records gave us the contract, you know, so that's cool, to distribute us worldwide through iTunes and Spotify and Amazon, all that shit, you know.
Yeah, and dude, it sounds like things are going really well in your camp, man. I mean, and much praise, and it's justly deserved, dude.
Yeah, well, it's looking up, you know. We're getting a little bit of attention of the mainstream press here, and we're gonna play some great shows this year, and with some great other bands, you know, with bands I love, and that's always great. You know, I always love to play with the Crimson Ghost because for me, the Crimson Ghost is one of the best horror punk bands internationally out there, you know.
Right.
And it's always kind of weird, you know. I kind of get starstruck sometimes, you know.
Well, you know, here's my thing with the Crimson Ghost, man. They're great, and I love them, but they always seem to like push the envelope of actually turning that corner and becoming a major band. You know what I mean? But they can't ever seem to get that last push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always wondered why that is. Why they just, you know, maybe it's the form of music, the content of the music. But man, I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of radio airplay for traditional horror punk. But it's just like they can't seem to get that push from medium stardom to actual stardom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're looking for that at all. You know, but I don't know about that. But I mean, it's true. I mean, in my eyes, they could sign a big contract anytime. But down here in Germany, it's the same, just as in America. They're like just 2 major labels that own like 20 sub-labels, and they're just like going for the whole profit safe thing. You know, it really needs to be safe, and they're not risking anything. You know, and that's why they don't go into new genres or genres that have a risk to it. You know.
Right. I guess you just stick with the old formula because it's working, and you don't really want to shake up the cauldron very much because it's working. Why piss with it?
Yeah, never change a running system. You know, like sort of like that.
So, well, dude, we're gonna let you get off here. It's like bumfuck dirty in Germany. We know, man. And,
no problem.
You're always welcome to come back, man. And dude, I really hope to get you over here on the American shores pretty quick.
That would be fucking awesome, man. We would come there just with a blink of an eye, you know.
All right, man. Go check this dude out. He's killer, man. And if you haven't seen, go to YouTube and watch one of the live show videos. I got to ask you, man, when you do your corpse jaw makeup, man, how do you do that, and how long does that take?
The whole makeup takes about a good hour before the show. And we do it ourselves in front of like small, tiny mirrors in dark corners, sometimes backstage, and it's a latex mask.
Okay.
Which gets applied to my face, and then makeup over it, and that does the job.
Yeah, because dude, that is one of the greatest prosthetics I've seen in it's almost it's better than Guar because it's the reality of it. You know, you can tell kind of like Guar's wearing foam, but that is awesome, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. I love it too, but it's sometimes it's not as easy to handle. You know, it's sometimes especially when it's like really hot on stage and everything. Right. And I gotta watch that it doesn't fall off. You know.
Right. Well, dude, you're awesome, dude, and you're always welcome back, man. And we will have you on soon again, brother. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna get you on the back end, man. This is Knights of Malice. This is Subdivision here on VOD Radio.